Chairman, most of my points were brought forward by my colleagues, but I have a few more questions that I would like to put on the table for clarification purposes. I know that during the campaign, a lot was said. My slogan is, during the campaign, we highlight our differences, and after that, we highlight our similarities. This GB crisis has plagued our country, especially over the last couple of months, and I believe that it's time now for all hands on deck. During the campaign, I also highlight that there could be a need for establishing of a sort of a national supervisory committee for NVGEBE. I gave an elucidation of having one representative from each elected political party, so one representative, whether in opposition and or coalition, to just have that sort of oversight. Also, we would have somebody from the SER, the Social Economic Council, and also somebody from the General Audit Chamber, and GB, of course. I would like to let the Prime Minister know that a letter is on its way through you, Mr. Chairman, with the suggestions, of course, with more intricate details, and I hope that this can be taken into consideration as we go through the solution phase, as my colleague MP Jacobs mentioned. Second to that, I know that there was a lot of discussions about a blockage of generators being purchased from 2020 and 2021. Now that the whole fanfare of the election is over, I would really like to know through you, Mr. Chairman, why weren't these generators purchased? What was the real holdup? And if there's still planned on the table to purchase these, because I'm hearing a lot about the leased containerized generators. I'm hearing about the ones that we're purchasing now, but the ultimate solution, which will be the more permanent solution, it's still a little vague for me. Are they on their way? Are they in production at this point? I would like that clarification on those 2 points for now, Mr. Chairman. And for now, I will await the responses before I further delve into the other points. Thank you for the opportunity.
For some reason, I'm getting very worried because knowing business, I don't understand how, according to my calculations, what something that would cost about 18 million in fuel clause will not be charged. So that is extremely important for me to understand, where that, how is that going to be covered? I would have rather hear, that the cost exists and GEBE will bring it in some sort of relief for the people instead of saying that it's not going to be charged at all. I want to make sure and thank the employees of GEBE, because I know it can't be easy on them right now. Everyone cursing and upset at GEBE while they are doing their utmost best to take us out of these dark ages. So thank you to all the employees of GEBE and Mr. Washington, yourself also. Prime Minister, on Tuesday, the 17th of June, in the Daily Herald, and I quote page 10, there were 3 options. And I want to go back a little because there were a couple questions that, and like my colleague mentioned, because we were not able to speak in the first meeting, that is the reason we requested this meeting again. Okay, so I saw that you gave 3 options. One was a 20 megawatt electricity for 3.9 million. The second was a 32 megawatt for 5.4 per month, and the largest at 8.2 million per month, which was a 50 megawatt generator. These all would have been functional in 6 weeks, and all including fuel. The quickest solution was renting a power badge. That's my opinion. So the question is, why was the more expensive short-term solution sought while there was a quicker solution for less money? Then when I look at the comparison of the 20 megawatt electricity usage, the badge versus the containerized generators, a 20 megawatt badge would have cost us 3.9 million per month, including fuel versus containerized generators, with a megawatt costing of 300,000 per month, Multiply that by 20, and we still have a 6 million, which would take 3 months. So looking at a comparison, this would have eventually cost us in total 2.1 million more monthly. And that's still excluding diesel, which would be additional costs. Now I'm hearing different. So I'd really like to know where that is going. The other two questions were somewhat answered. And like my fellow colleague, MP Otley mentioned, concerning Sol and the ending of a contract that I heard was mentioned before, other places with the exclusivity. And if you remember my statement, it is clear everything that is exclusive has a recipe for two things. One is high prices and bad service. So that I would really like to know what the stance of the government current and maybe also the future government on that option for opening it up that other companies could also bid on being providers here in our country.
And listening to us. And yes, we adjourned the meeting shortly, so I could have had a little consultation with the Honorable Prime Minister. And in that discussion, it was brought to my attention that given the technical nature of the questions that was asked and posed, the Honorable Prime Minister is saying to get back to the Honorable Members of Parliament within 2 weeks so he can make sure that all the answers are given. And on behalf of GEBE, it was also noted that in preparations for all that is happening right now, their technicians are very, very busy in consulting and consultation with the preparation work for all the containers and everything that is happening, and they themselves need some time to put answers to the questions that was asked from the honorable members of Parliament. And seeing that that is the case, 2 weeks still falls within myself being here. So, so I see it okay to grant the Honorable Prime Minister the 2 weeks. I see that I have a request from the Honorable Member of Parliament, Omar E.C. Otley, which I have no problem giving him the floor at this moment, but I would also like him, as much as I know it's a CC, to please make it short. Thank you very much.
No.
MP, you have the floor.
I'll be short, Mr. Chair. Through you, Mr. Chair, I have no problems with the 2 weeks requested. However, I have one request. Throughout this whole saga, we have yet to hear from or see the plant manager, the head of the plant. I would like to request his presence. I think it's very important. I don't know if that's possible, but I would like. Why isn't it possible? Well, we'll leave it in the air, but it'll be good to have the plant manager here.
I thank you very much, Honorable Member Otley. Given your request, I would have to deny that request for the simple fact that the shareholder representative in the person of the Honorable Prime Minister and his support staff are the ones that is here to carry out the answers, and that was requested. So not that to say it can't happen, but no, given the nature of the meeting that we are having now, the person is represented in the Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Luke Marcelino. So as I made mention earlier, I will now give the floor to the Honorable Prime Minister. I don't know if you have any closing remarks, but I will also give you the floor at this present moment before we close this meeting. Prime Minister, you now have the floor.
Thank you, President of Parliament. In the first place, thank you for the opportunity to be here to explain the whole development of the national crisis that concerns all of us. I would like really to thank the members of Parliament for their constructive approach for us to get together to a great solution to bring prosperity and increase the livelihood of our people. And especially thank you very much for granting me the 2 weeks for me to give good answers, well thought of, that is going to be very informative for a constructive solution, contribution of all of us for the future of the people of St. Martin. And as last, I would once more, and one of the members of parliament said it, I would really want to thank the personnel of GEBE for everything that they have been doing to get us going with this country under very challenging times. And of course, the people of St. Martin, thank you for your patience, your indulgence for us to get together through this crisis. And we're looking forward to better days. Thank you very much, President.
Your social and health insurance is your social and health insurances.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
Your social and health insurances.
Often seen, actually through the world, we're seeing that women are taking over the role of disciplining the young people, coaching the young people, inspiring the young people, training and guiding the young people. And then when I look around in the room, I see a lot of young men, especially the row all the way in the back, the 4 young men. Hi, how you doing? Yeah. So I want to commend the young men, several young men in this room. But I need to speak to you very shortly. So if you can stand on your feet, all the young men in this room. No, can stand. Like younger. Like young. I saw Dimitri also was like, no more Dimitri. You said your age this afternoon. And I find this impressive. You know, when I've been doing events and all kinds of stuff within the community, but my passion right now has kind of shifted a bit to the young people, which is the vision of protecting the next generation. You know, protect what is left and leaving none behind. And I know young people can be quite nonchalant. That's what you say it in English? Yes. Nonchalant. Yes? As young men, we tend to be, you tend to behave very, nonchalant, you know? And we see the difference between, and I'm not putting you on the spot. You know, I'm not putting you on the spot, but what I want to see, for those of you that are here this afternoon, take it as a privilege of all the message that was given to you freely, really freely. And the reason we give it is because we love you. And yes, you will say, okay, and how can we love, you love me and you don't even know me. We love you because you're part of us within the community. And if one of you fail, all of us fail. If one of you all slip through the crack and become a liability, all of us as a community, Dimitri, fail. And we saw through the years that we tend to have forgotten you, the young people. We have failed you somehow. But this move is to kind of rekindle our commitment to you young men. You see, when you're young, this age, 14, 15, 16, sometimes you behave or you feel that you are immortal. Nothing will hurt you. And in our mind as young people, because we were there also, we feel that we can even one day fight our daddy and we can beat him up. Slap our mother because she talked too much. She complained too much. She nags too much. She always wants me to do what she wants me to do and don't even let me do what I really want to do, which is just cool, just chill. And we cannot allow you to just chill at this age. We cannot allow you to just be cool and just play games or Netflixing or chill on the block with boys. We cannot allow that to be your lifestyle. We just can't. And that's the reason for this move. Why you will say, and we cannot allow you to do that. Because success is really predictable. And Castell spoke about it also. It's not only about getting a title or, you know, just getting an education or just getting a job and just live. It's to be effective in what you are doing. And I hope I'm not speaking over your head. I hope I'm speaking at you, with you, that you can understand that time waits on no man, young men. Being a bully doesn't pay. Being disobedient does not pay. Being rude to your parents, it really does not pay. At the end of the day, time will catch up on you and you will reap and become exactly what you're doing now. The things you spend your time on now will determine, young men, where you're going to end up tomorrow. If I see some of you, I can predict where you're going to end in the next 5 years. It's really very easy to predict, Dimitri. It's not rocket science. We don't have to pray about this. It's very easy to predict. And as I'm speaking to the young men, I'm speaking also to the young girls in this room. But my focus is to the men. Why to the men? A strong community is when we have strong men standing in the rightful position, doing what they have to do in the home. Being a father, being a husband, protect, care, guide. That's the role of you men. And there's many young girls in here, one day will depend on you as the police officer, you as the husband, you as the father. And we hope that you will make the decision now to decide to make good choices so you can become someone of value tomorrow and not a liability. Men being cool and swag is not it. It won't pay the bills. I was this morning 3 hours in the prison because I have also the prison ministry. And there, Castell is a lot of handsome, strong, full of tattoo, good-looking men behind bars. Handsome, you know, strong, pastor, men. And I see great destiny. Businessmen, I saw pastors. Some of them were playing instruments, very angelically. Anointed men behind bars. Why? They made wrong choices. And the choices didn't start when they became 22, 25, 26. It started at this age. At this age. Playing game, listening to music, doing, you know, what they see on TV and think is cool. No, it will land you either behind bars. Second, the cemetery. Third, we see a lot of young men just on the block, just a liability. And fourth, what we're seeing on St. Martin is those walking lost, dirty, eating out of garbage because they smoked the wrong pipe. And I am tired of seeing our young men being destroyed because of wrong choices. And some of you right now in this room are already making the wrong choices. Smoking is not cool. Ain't gonna reach nowhere. Hanging with boys and being with marijuana, listen, it's not gonna do it. Like I said, I was this morning with some that commit murder. And it broke my heart. They want to change their life now. They will love a second chance that you have now. They would love to be playing Nintendo. Nintendo, they call those things? They don't call it Nintendo no more, right? You know that, yes. PS, yes. But they can't do it no more. Thank God. So now that you have your freedom, but you have your parents guiding you is because they want the best for you. You have your pastors talking to you, they want the best for you. Why? We saw young men just like you that fell through the crack. And that's it. Serving serious time behind bars. And when they come out, they gonna come all like us. So what I'm trying to say is, listen to me and listen to me very well. And this is a question I have for you young men hearing me and those on social media. If you have to make a choice today, today is the day you make the final choice to be either someone that will make a difference on St. Martin in the voting, that people look up to you, run to you, come for advice to you, or a liability when people see you, they run from you. Today you make that choice. It's two choices we have this afternoon. Just two. Because that's what life is all about. It's good or bad. You make it or you didn't make it. It's that simple. It's jail or become a great businessman or prime minister, parliamentarian. It's just two choices. But both of them lies in your hand. Today, I gave you that choice. Which one would you choose? Young man in white. Which one today? The first one? I'm not so sure which one was the first one. I spoke a lot, so help me there. A businessman. Yes. You, young man. We have two businessmen in the house, going twice, going 3 times. How many more businessmen we have? All the way in the back, Mr. Tolley. You have two choices. Today you make it. Another businessman. 1, 2, 3 businessmen. We're doing good. It's like we're bidding this afternoon.
Your social and health insurance is Your social and health insurance.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
Your social and health insurance.
The unreliability of Jamaica Urban Transit Company buses has been a sore point for Jamaicans for a number of years, but the government is hoping that pain for the traveling public will end with the over 100 additional buses which recently arrived in the island. Prime Minister Andrew Holness on Monday stated that the new units will make it easier for the leadership of the JUTC to schedule buses for timely daily operations.
I think that within another couple of months, the public will start to see dramatic improvements in public transportation. This is part of a greater strategy of the government to improve the quality of life of the citizens and to deal with the pain points. Have a good day. All right. And to improve the pain points that people have to treat with every day.
For Transport Minister Darrell Vaz, operations at the Half a Tree Transport Centre were smooth.
So I continue to make unannounced stops at various points this week in preparation for the full rollout of back to school for next week, Monday. But this has been a very, very pleasurable morning for me.
In the meantime, Prime Minister Andrew Holness says other matters relating to public transport will be addressed in coming months.
There are other issues with public transportation, including the cost of public transportation and the distribution of the public transport service, meaning that there are some areas in Jamaica where there are no public buses, which could do very well with public buses. And so we're going to be looking at those areas as well, including the establishment of a dedicated bus service for children, particularly in rural areas.
The reopening of schools Monday was not without glitches. This as taxi operators across several parishes withdrew their service due to the poor road conditions. Frustrated residents in several communities across the country also demonstrated on Monday. Their concerns included the lack of electricity. The protest left scores of students and other commuters stranded. Now, our news team was informed that the varying actions impacted schools in Manchester, Westmoreland, and St. Mary. In St. Mary, large trees were used to block the junction roadway as residents called on the JPS to restore power to their community.